Hello, we are Our Story, a product built to empower small communities for resilience and sustainable growth. Our problem statement was to design a product that uses federal open source data to support rural communities with sustainable economic development. We worked with the Opportunity Project, an initiative by the US Census Bureau, along with the Environmental Protection Agency, a number of rural community advocates, and community leaders themselves to design and build Our Story. Our Story is an interactive dashboard that gathers and displays federal open source data. The dashboard presents ready-to-go visualizations on demographic, economic, and infrastructure data that are important to residents, businesses, and real estate developers of small communities. This data allows community leaders who are invested in the long-term prosperity of their area to back up their unique stories using data. Relevant and easy to digest data allow community leaders to communicate more efficiently and effectively with a diverse audience.
To create our dashboard, we used a human-centered design approach. We first conducted several interviews with user advocates who work with rural communities to gather insight into the challenges rural communities and community leaders face. We then provided ideas about product features, relevant data sets, and progress updates to potential end users and user advocates to receive feedback, and continued this iterative process to better understand the needs of the end user until we finalized our product design. Regarding the data sets we used, we selected several indicators from a variety of federal data sources. A few examples of the data we selected include housing and rental prices, broadband data, the change in the number of establishments in an area, and demographics of the community. All of the data sets we included are ones we found were relevant to the key stakeholders our users and user advocates highlighted were important for their economic development strategy.
So through our iterative process of interviews with potential user advocates, we found that rural communities are diverse in their challenges. But one commonality among them is that they often have limited time and step shortages in order to search for the relevant data. Among rural communities that are facing challenges, many lack a comprehensive resource to make their economic development goals happen through data. Since they often struggle with making the case for attracting key stakeholders to come to their community and make investments, which is a crucial component for sustaining economic growth for these communities. Unfortunately, in today's data-driven world, there is not a resource that brings together data to support these rural community leaders with their economic development work. Also, we have learned that these communities lacking professional expertise on how to leverage the federal data in a way to sort through them and visualize them for the purpose of marketing package to work more effectively at communicating with diverse potential stakeholders. By utilizing this tool, rural communities can overcome lack of resources and common challenges which might have been barriers to the implement effective storytelling to stakeholders.
Overall, our story empowers all communities to pursue sustainable and resilient economic development. With our story, rural leaders can analyze their community's data to create a comprehensive economic development strategy, show data to others to align stakeholders around that strategy, and ultimately leverage their data to get the resources they need to implement their plan and make growth happen. In fact, our pilot community, Manistee, Michigan, will be using our story this spring as part of a package that they send to developers ahead of Developer Day, their yearly event to draw more business to their county. Our story enhances the natural communication abilities that community leaders already have, allowing them to quantify the assets and challenges they know about their community in language that is convincing for developers and entrepreneurs looking for the location of their next project. With this data access, smaller communities can finally compete on the same level as larger areas and win the resources they need to grow sustainably. The moment is right for small communities. With the shift to virtual work and movement out of urban areas, now is the time for rural leaders to take big steps. With our story in their back pocket, community leaders can leverage their data, win resources, and ultimately grow their economy sustainably. Thank you.